Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Hey Corner Crew podcast. I am your returning host, JJ Lang. Join with
Ooh,
join with me, as always, are my wonderful co-hosts Nate the Little Goon Foss
I'm here.
and Dan the Statman Scully.
I'm not recording this time.
Yay!
Yeah, I feel like that scene from the first Black Panther where he crawls up from the fiery spaceship-looking thing and does the "I didn't yield, and I'm not dead because now I'm back." My internet will probably crap out a few times during this. They are replacing the cable lines and whatnot around in the area by my house with fiber optic cables, so that's going to be great. Hopefully, it doesn't really mess anything up too
So
badly.
it's
But
all JJ's fault.
yes, yet again, it is all my fault. But we are going to get ready to because we only have two games to talk about this week on the men's side because sadly the ladies didn't play at all, so we didn't get any games to watch or report back on, which is somewhat disappointing because them not playing makes the rest of us a little upset. However, we will look forward to their series against Mercyhurst coming up this weekend. So let's do around the league first with the scores from the past weekend. Look ahead, and then we'll do our preview. And I'll flip that to Dan.
All right, before I go there, I will say it looked like you guys had a lot of fun with the women's team in the corner on Saturday.
Oh yeah,
I wish they stayed longer.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
So Nate, you and I recorded on Monday last week, right?
Yes.
I can never remember anything anymore.
We recorded on Monday.
So the thanks to the holiday, the league week was weird. On Tuesday, Mercyhurst beat St. Lawrence in Erie 6-4, and St. Lawrence earned the split 5-2 on Wednesday. Friday, Syracuse hosted Post, and one team put up double digits, and I'm not going to tell you who. It was a 10-0 final.
Oh,
Um,
I don't even know why Post bothered to show up. Not gonna lie.
yikes!
Minnesota.
Can we just talk about one thing quick? Because I'm looking at it right now. Post, their power play is 55.6%.
That's actually nuts. That's
Yeah.
actually insane.
Because I was looking up Mercyhurst's power play, and oh my god, they're at 55%.
Yikes!
So they don't draw a lot of penalties, obviously, because they probably don't have the puck. So it's probably hard. Sorry, Dan, keep going.
Um, Penn State was out in Henderson, Nevada, or as we all know it, Vegas, for the Vegas Showcase. They played Minnesota in the Friday game. They lost 5-1. I don't think that's really a shock to anybody. Minnesota's one of the best teams out there.
Minnesota's good.
In fact, they're ranked number 5 in this week's poll. So, St. Cloud went to St. Louis, and well, it was a touchdown against a safety, and the Lindenwood Lions were not the team that won that battle.
The Lions losing during Thanksgiving week, shocker.
I know, right? Hey, quick side tangent.
At home too.
Your Bills are messed up for posting that scene of Lion King when Mufasa is about to die and he's colored blue.
This is a hockey.
I don't care. That was messed up, but it was also kind of funny. Continue.
That's the
hockey
second
podcast.
movie reference we've had, and we haven't been recording for
Both
a full
Disney
10
movies,
minutes
too.
yet. Hi, on Saturday in the consolation game of the Vegas Showcase, Penn State shut out Boston University 3-0. Syracuse finished the sweep of Post, maybe taking the foot off the gas a little in the second game, winning 6-1. St. Cloud State finished their sweep of Lindenwood 4-1. And then coming up this week, on Friday, Lindenwood heads to Stonehill, and RIT heads to Mercyhurst, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Um, Saturday, those two series wrap up at 2 p.m., and Syracuse also heads to Penn State to start a Saturday-Sunday series. They'll play at 1 o'clock on Saturday, and the lone game on Sunday for the league is also 1 o'clock between the Orange and the Nittany Lions.
Interesting stuff.
Sweet.
So let's jump into our upcoming opponents because obviously we didn't have anyone to talk about this week because the ladies did not play. So we are taking on Mercyhurst this weekend, as Dan mentioned. We will be taking them on at Mercyhurst. Huh?
Who?
Mercyhurst?
Mercy Worst?
Mercy Neutral?
The sign is in my car.
You had one job. Bring the freaking sign in so we have it during the show.
Opportunity missed.
Rip.
Oh, well.
Just have Zoe go get it while you're on air and just kind of sneaking it behind you while you're talking. Anyways, we will be at one of those games. There is
Dan won't.
Dan will not, sadly.
He has to go do score for shooty hoop.
For shooty hoop? You mean basketball?
No. It just ask Craig. It's squeak ball.
Oh, squeak ball. Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Speaking of Craig.
Yeah, this guy.
There's a rumor that Craig might be doing the games this weekend.
I would be very excited. I will
Craig
say so.
Got to see Syracuse beat Post in
a pretty good view.
I would. That'll be really fun.
So, if just for those who are not aware, there is currently a thread up in Discord in the Mobile Corner Crew channel about this weekend. We are planning on going to the 2 o'clock Mercyhurst game for the ladies on Saturday. I'm pretty sure Craig responded that he was going to the Mercyhurst game, and then when everyone asked him, "Are you officiating it, or are you going are you officiating?" He just sent back the perhaps cow meme. So we have that going for us. So yeah, that's in there. There's a Google sheet with people who are driving out that way. There's still a bunch of spots left, and if you want to drive, you can put your name down and offer to bring other people. That being said, this is probably going to be an interesting series, conference series. Big implications for the Tigers. How are we feeling about this?
Need points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You need to somehow get points in the series.
You got to get at least a win.
Preferably Saturday. If you're only going to win one game, preferably Saturday.
Yeah, the one we're there for.
Make that hour-and-a-half drive to Buffalo not miserable.
Yeah.
Keep the vibes up. Because we got another game to focus on.
And then come with us and watch the game in Buffalo, too, like you guys did on this past Saturday.
Yes, please. Yeah, Mercyhurst. They are 7-7 at 500. They've had
That's a strong 500, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colgate, Clarkson, Cornell.
Yeah, they've been pretty good.
St. Lawrence.
They split with Penn State, and Penn State is
ranked
on the
so
road.
Far, they're
on the road at
Penn
State.
Yeah, they're looking like Penn State's looking like the conference favorite right now.
They split with Clarkson too.
Yeah, Clarkson's no laughing matter, sadly.
Clarkson's ranked too.
Yeah, they're good.
Mm-hmm. They're both very good.
Did you just say sadly that Clarkson's good? Hi, Kate.
Took you a good 30 seconds to realize that, but yes, I'm trashing Clarkson.
Yeah. At least there's more stuff to do here than there is in the North Country.
He's got a point. This game
more stuff to do in Erie than there is to do in the North Country.
Yeah, these two games are going to be tough. These are going to be two tough games for our team to win.
Yeah. Their goaltending is good, too.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Anna Nystrom, I believe, is their starter. She's got a .908 save percentage.
Yeah,
although Jada Brennan has a 954 in 6 games played. So
Wow.
they have very strong goaltending. So I think we're in for a goalie duel this weekend.
I would agree with that.
They've got scorers too, though.
Yeah.
And the Tigers need to be able to stop that.
Yeah.
If this was not a low budget production, I would have already had the stats pulled up.
I've got it.
Low budget? You mean no budget?
Yeah, this is a no budget production. We use the free version of Zoom.
That being said, I think we gotta you've got to put the puck in the net. Like you're not gonna get a 1-0, 2-1, 2-0 game out of Mercyhurst. They're gonna score. They're going to score, and they're gonna score more than once. So you've got to make sure you can answer back with goals yourselves. So not spending half the period trying to get out of your own zone is going to be imperative this time. Very much so.
I hope that having the weekend off this past weekend was beneficial.
I was going to say the same thing.
Give the girls some rest. I mean, they've been playing a lot of hockey, a lot of hard hockey.
And they've been traveling a bunch, too.
Yes.
They have not had many games
Not
at
that
home.
that's going to slow down.
No.
But yeah, gotta find a way to put the puck in the net. My dog is scratching at the door. Sorry. Yeah, they're good. I mean, Thea Johansson, 7 goals, 5 assists, 12 points. Their leading scorer.
Yeah.
I'm assuming her 2 line mates, Sydney Patterson and Sarah Boucher, both with 10.
Yeah, pretty good.
So they're a good team. They always have been. I mean, like we said, that's a very strong 7-7 record. I mean, 7 losses playing teams like they have
is impressive.
The fact that they got wins out of it too, like that's
because the team, like we mentioned, the teams that Mercyhurst has beaten so far on the women's side are no joke. Like they're contenders for the national championship.
At least they're conference championships. So
it's I mein, Clarkson and Penn State will probably be hanging around there towards the end too. So who knows?
Yeah.
And I mean, they've also got the National Rookie of the Year as named by USCHO last year, too, Vanessa Upson. So there's...
Yeah, she's right up there, too. 5 goals, 4 assists, 9 points.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say they're a well-rounded team. And just going to have to find a way to crack through that.
Yep, agreed.
Special teams is going to be huge, too.
Gotta be on fire.
Mercyhurst's power play is only at 9%.
Yeah, gotta be on fire for that. You gotta be locked in.
Mercyhurst's power play is at 9%. That's not anything to write home about. So
no,
even if you do it, I think you still need to kill the penalty and make sure that you do it. But I mean, it's good, and their PK middle of the pack at 82%. So I think power plays are going to be key. If you get them.
If you get them,
have
score.
To do something with it.
You got to score on a
even if you don't score, you got to have possession for the full 2 minutes, and you got just get them moving, tire them out,
just wear them out.
It is hard to kill penalties in hockey, and the potential's there for a split this weekend. I think.
100%.
Going on the road is hard.
And going on the road in a place where you can have fan support, because like obviously we're going to be able to go. We'd ideally love to go to both, but the men are at home Friday, so that makes things a little difficult.
And I think it's a 2:00 game on Friday. Anyway,
yeah, so there's like no
6.
shot we'd ever be able to even.
Is it
6 o'clock game? Oh wow.
Shows
That's
you what I
unfortunate.
know.
So let's go to our predictions real quick.
You can't trust the CHA website.
No,
you know that.
No, we've figured that out before. Let's go to our predictions. We'll start with Dan, go with Nate, and then end with me.
I've got a split. Mercyhurst's a strong team, but for one, anything can happen. For another, their power play struggles, I think, can play to our benefit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go split too. I mean, I think you need to. They had a setback 2 weeks ago against Lindenwood. You gotta now. You really have to put your foot on the gas and find a way to win a hockey game in conference.
Yep.
If you can split the rest of the way, you're fine. You make up those 2 games with Lindenwood, but you gotta find what games to win. You gotta win them now, because winning games in January and February are going to be a lot harder.
Yep.
And they're off for a month after this weekend. So honestly, no excuse. 110% all weekend. Give it everything you got. You have a month to recover.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm thinking split. I'm thinking loss Friday, win Saturday. But that's just I want to see them win there on Saturday. It'd be kind of great.
They're gonna see us in the corner, and they're just gonna.
I hope it boosts
motivation, man.
I hope it gives them some and they know we're coming. We've told them.
They know.
They know we're coming.
Yeah.
We've told Bailey and those guys we're going, so they're well aware.
Numbers too. I hope.
Yeah, I would hope so. I think we've got at least 10 or 15.
It would be 11 or 16, but
who knows? So let's switch on over to the men's side. We will talk about the 2 games this past weekend, and then we will go into looking ahead. So the men had 2 games against the Discount Tigers over from Princeton. They did split the series. They took the first game 4-3 and unfortunately lost the last game 5-0. I will toss this over to Nate, and we'll let him get rolling with that. Because I think we all have some negative feelings for Saturday.
Friday, Black Friday. RAT got going early.
Oh, yes.
What did I say,
did.
Dan, on Monday? Who was the one guy I wanted to see score this weekend?
Matt
Kellenberger.
And how long did
Kellenberger.
it take him, Nate?
Like
Took
2
him
minutes.
3 minutes.
Can I also
3.5
say?
minutes.
Can I
What
say?
a shot, too.
He was by the
never
blue
seen
line.
Yeah.
That shot beat
He
the
was
goalie
at the
clean
right point.
from the blue line.
I don't even think he
And-
thought it was going to go in.
Did you see him
I didn't
jumping
think
up
it
and
His
did
down?
arms
go
shot
in.
up. Can I also say?
Tell Steve that was a shot off the post, and I see the referee point at the goal. I'm like, that went in.
Oh,
I
the goalie clean.
ran up the freaking stairs and hugged Nate and Aaron, and we were all like jumping in a huddle in a circle, like he scored. Because that was the one. Like, honest to God, we could have gotten swept this weekend. As long as Kellenberger scored one of those games, I would have been fine. So that right there is a mega dub in our book, because that man
was so much fun.
That was amazing.
And then Carter Wilkie. Oh
Disgusting.
my God, what a goal. That was gross.
It was filthy.
And then he came, I loved it too. He came right over to the corner. He was like,
he's done that a
could
few
see it
times
from
now.
afar. He was just screaming.
Oh, he's done that a few times. It's pretty great.
Princeton got one back a few minutes later. William Gorman made it 2-1. And then Kobe, all he does is score big goals. Walker on the power play made it 3-1. That was another pretty one.
I got dunked on again.
Oh, I dumped on you so hard.
For anybody who doesn't understand that reference, we now have a little basketball hoop that has Kobe's name all over it. So that whenever he scores, Nate takes a little plastic basketball, runs down the steps, and dunks on me for everyone to see, and it's pretty fun.
Thank you for
How did
catching
that
me,
come
by the way.
about?
Yeah, because you jumped off the second step and didn't just
Oh, it was the
go off
third.
the floor. You psycho.
How did that come about? I don't know, Dan. I think it was just a stupid idea JJ and I had one day, and we made it.
No, I think that was an Aaron and Lexi idea that just kind of became a thing. And
Because
also,
every time Rocky says his name, Aaron and I just go.
and also, thank God that Lexi bought the basketball hoop, because the basketball hoop I was going to buy was substantially larger than that one, so it's probably a good thing.
You like to spend money.
I didn't spend money on the one thing we're breaking out this weekend, but you have to come to the game and see what that is.
Yeah. And then
Dan and Nate know what it is, but nobody else does.
Princeton made it 3-2 early into the second, and then Calvin Boots gets his first goal as a Tiger.
First collegiate goal.
Oh, that's right. He didn't play for us to start. That's
he played for
right.
AIC.
It was his first.
It was his first collegiate goal.
First collegiate goal, first as a Tiger. Good for him.
Attaboy, Bootsy.
See, I couldn't say it was Kellenberger's first as a Tiger because he scored a bunch with the other Tigers.
His first is an RIT Tiger.
That's,
First
I
is
give
a name
Princeton-
brand Tiger.
Princeton. I give Princeton credit. They were a lot better than I thought they would be. They made it 4-3, and then Carter Wilkie, the empty net specialist. It seems like half his goals are empty netters.
Wasn't it 5-3?
That's JJ.
Oh, I said 4-3 to start. I'm sorry. I totally forgot about the empty netter at the end.
And then Wilkie scored an empty net goal to make it 5-3. Let me get into the thing I really want to talk about because the officiating in this game was awful.
Saturday was even worse, but we'll talk about that.
Haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Tommy Scarfoni, 33 saves. He's still the best goaltender in Atlantic hockey. You can't tell me otherwise.
I don't care what Atlantic says when they put stupid, ugly Chad Veltry's face up there every week. I don't care what that is. The
league was seeing purple with the weekly awards.
They're always seeing purple. They just don't like us. Whatever. Anyways.
Friends don't let friends wear purple. Yeah, the REC penalty kill looked pretty good this weekend because they were in the box the whole freaking time.
Yep.
Honestly,
poor Dan Scully.
It was ticky.
What do you mean? I love chaos like that.
It was ticky. Like
it was stupid stuff. Stupid penalties.
Stuff didn't need to be called.
And some of the stuff that they called on us, they did not call the other side, which really drove everybody down up front nuts. Because we're like, there's one they missed. There's another one they missed against Princeton. Here's another one against Princeton. Most of that was all on Saturday. But we're still talking Friday, obviously.
Just like... Yeah, this wasn't even the bad game.
No. And we won this one.
Oh. All right, Friday was fun.
Friday was fun. Was a very good one.
Extended the win streak to 11. Or, no, 8.
8.
I was going to say, we
stupid.
have 11 wins total, so it's
That's
not
something the Knights had for a while.
That's what I was looking at, Dan. And then extended the home undefeated streak to 9 if you go back to last year's playoff game.
Yep.
Game 3. Saturday.
Garbage.
Yeah, that was not fun. I knew we were due for a game to lose. I mean, nobody's going to go undefeated at home in a college hockey season.
No.
It's unrealistic. And win streaks don't last forever, but man, did the wheels come off hard on Saturday. That was a tough one. When I give up on the cowbell in the third period, it's a rough game. I put it away with like 10 minutes left in the third. I was like,
we were all done. I will say
nothing to really talk about. Princeton scored 5 straight goals.
We didn't score anything.
We didn't score anything. Tommy Scarfoni got left out to dry.
He didn't play.
Sorry, Colby Matthews got left out to dry. Still looking at the box score from Friday. I fixed it. Still made 32 saves. Colby looked great, but he got left out to dry. Sorry, team didn't play well at all. You can blame before I get into my officiating rant, you can blame the officials all you want. The team didn't show up Saturday. Gonna be honest.
No, they played sloppy on Saturday, but I think
it was pretty evident if you watched the game.
I would say if you ask me and the people who were down with us, that it was more a 60-40 in blame of it. From me and majority of people that were sitting down there watching everything and kind of seeing everything from our perspective, we're sitting there going, yes, our guys are not playing as well as we know they can, but there is way too many stupid and unnecessary penalties being called against us that are not being reciprocated on the other side.
And we took a lot of stupid penalties too. I love Spencer. I love Spencer Berry. I love Spencer Berry. I do, but that penalty was so dumb. Why would you hit him like that? And then Kobe took one right after because he cross-checked the guy out of frustration.
Okay,
I'm like,
that penalty. When we saw what he was doing, I almost lost my mind because the whistle stops, his stick drops, and you watch him just go, like he's gonna deck the dude, and I'm like, here we go. Okay, all right.
Oh my god, we didn't even talk about it Friday. The end of the first period, there's a little scrum. Jojo Casero had one guy by the jersey punching another
sucker
guy.
Punched him in the face.
I love it.
If we're going to go back to that, I just want to point out that the referees did miss Princeton number 22 punching one of our guys in the face skating.
They missed a lot of Princeton
bench.
doing stuff throughout the weekend.
My point is that should have been two guys from each team in the box. No
Yes,
power play for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
There should have been a lot of penalties that were like that, but, whatever.
I don't know. It's a game where I think, and Wayne said it too, I think they weren't playing Princeton in the third period, they were playing the refs. And Wayne took ownership of it. If there's one thing I respect about Wayne Wilson is that he will take ownership for a loss if it is on him. Because he was letting the refs get to him, and it was trickling into the team. And it was evident in the third period with how many penalties. I mean, we had 41 total penalty minutes on Saturday.
That's insanity.
And Princeton had 22. I mean, but still, you cannot let the referees get in your head. You have to focus on the team you're playing on the ice, because it's hard enough to beat that team, and then trying to beat the refs as well. It's just not going to work.
I mean,
and we're due for one of those games every year. It happens at least once or twice a year at our team. I'm glad it's happening now.
Yeah, and not later.
Because honestly, this was a game where just throw away the tape.
Yep, just ignore
don't even
it.
Look at it.
I will also say
the two games this weekend are way too important. You cannot let this game get into your head and bleed into the rest of the season, especially because these two games this upcoming weekend are massive for the conference.
Oh, absolutely.
Bentley did us a favor and beat Sacred
helped
Heart.
us
I know
out
we'll
a
talk
little bit.
about that in a weekend. Helped us out. We have a two game lead. We have 2 games in hand on Sacred Heart, who's right behind us, 3 points behind us. If we sweep this weekend, we'd be 9 points ahead of them, because I'm pretty sure they don't have conference games this weekend.
No, I don't think they do either. I will also say real quick, while talking about officials, was we're sitting down there, and kind of like you were saying, Nate, like just to film away. I think we were about halfway through the second period, and Randy, who if anybody might not know who Randy is, he's the guy who kind of gets the American flag out during the anthem and all that. He's been a staple in Corner Crew for a very long time. Randy looked at all of us with about 10 minutes left in the second period and said, the refs have decided who's winning this game. We're not going to win. Out loud. He's like, the official decided this. Yes, we're playing poorly, but they are calling nothing on the other side. And at this point, there was a point in the third period where he said there were so many times where, kind of to Dan's point, there should have been a no power play. It should have just been a 4-on-4. That wasn't being that because they were just putting our dudes in and being done. That Randy at this point was just concerned for player safety and was like, if I'm Wayne, I'm just pulling guys off and being like, forget it. We're not doing this anymore. And I disagreed with that. I think you kind of you got to keep playing, but at the same time, like, I do think player safety was becoming a problem in the latter half of the Saturday game, because our guys, it looks to us, to me at least, were beginning to play way more conservative. They weren't as aggressive as usual because any little thing they did was getting a whistle, and they were getting thrown in the box for it. So they started playing a little lighter. Princeton kept the foot on the gas because they're not getting called for anything. They can keep doing stuff whatever they want. And then it just, again, the frustration's boiled over, and you're just getting dumb hitting after the whistle penalties that shouldn't be happening.
It's tough. I mean,
the other tough thing is, it. In the middle of the second, Cody Laskowski he had a matching. Was it a matching two? No, it wasn't.
I'm sorry, Dan. I noticed your Zoom name again.
For our Spotify listeners, Dan Scully's Zoom name right now is 10-minute misconduct.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, I mean, like we were saying, this is kind of a game that you just burn the film, leave it behind, don't look back, and plug and chug right on ahead.
And before Nate lost it at my name, what I was going to say was in the middle of the second there, when Laskowski took the 2 and then also got himself 10, that sometimes you don't think about it, but you've lost a guy off the bench for 10 minutes now. Your team, the coaches have to reshuffle lines because there's a piece missing.
Yep.
And that just that I don't want to say that was what put us down and out, because I don't
didn't
think
help.
it's not a single point of failure, but it certainly didn't help things.
And let's also look at the fact that we didn't also have Ryan Nicholson for either games this weekend. He's not playing. I think he said he tweaked something, so they just gave him the week off or something like that, which is fine. I mean, we split, and as Wayne always says, non-conference splits are always a good thing. Like, you can't complain about that. Yes, they were ranked 20th in the country. They are not now, but quite honestly,
I definitely thought we were going to drop farther in the pairwise than we did. We're at 20 right now, and if you get a win against Penn State, it's going to shoot us right back up.
Oh, you'll be boosted up there again. I mean, the also way I see it,
we're still not in a terrible position. I mean, would a sweep have been nice? Yeah.
Yeah. But you also can't expect them to win every single game, every single week. Like, it's just not feasible.
I still don't think, even if we were high enough in the pairwise, I don't know how much higher we could go. So
yeah.
Realistically, I like trophies. I'd rather win Atlantic Hockey to get in
the
tournament anyway.
That's the surefire bet to get in.
But
because you win that, it's an auto bid.
You win that and you're in. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to hope for other things to happen. So, plus championships are fun. I know you guys don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been around for them, but I haven't been as crazy of a fan as I was the last time we had one.
Just from watching our men's lacrosse team, I get the feeling that championships are pretty fun.
Can I also add before we move on?
Championships were fun. Dan?
Oh my god!
Hockey ones.
I don't know if I'll ever be as nervous as I was in double overtime.
That was
the first
terrifying.
Though.
Let me just add real quick that when they were announcing the staff for the game, of course, when they announced Dan Scully, we all go ballistic. Did anybody else notice that Mike Rotolo is now one of the box attendants for us? And
every once in a while, he shows up.
Someone just goes.
Might have been a Thanksgiving weekend substitution.
Because
Jeff Siegel might have been short on
staff.
That's exactly what it was.
Because Randy just goes, "Did they just say Rotolo's in the box?" And I went, "Wait, what?" And then at one of the penalties in the first period, they show the box, and I'm like, oh "My God, it is Rotolo! What is he doing in there?" Because if anybody doesn't remember, my all-time favorite RIT hockey player is Mike Rotolo. Man is a Rochester-born native. Yeah, he is. I'm sorry, he is. I love him more than I love Andrew Rinaldi.
I forget you haven't been around a lot longer, or as long as I have.
Listen, Ryan Miller was my favorite NHL player for years. Rotolo is kind of a...
He's got good taste.
Except in his team.
Yeah, that team beat yours, though, so...
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to flip it back to Dan now. We're going to go for news around... Well, not news. Scores around the league, and then we'll look ahead to next week.
So, just like the CHA, weird week, Thanksgiving. Merrimack hosted Holy Cross on Tuesday. They beat them 5-1.
Holy Cross was like, oh, great, that Will Coverly guy's back again.
Did he score?
I think he did. I thought I saw that he did.
I'm checking.
Keep going, Dan.
He did not.
Did not.
Damn.
I don't know where you're getting your info, JJ, but it's
I was hopeful.
And to extend the non-conference woes for Atlantic Hockey, Cornell hosted Sacred Heart and beat him 2-1.
Thanks for showing up, Sacred Heart. Sorry, Sacred Fart.
I guess for people that don't understand why I hate that we lose non-conference game, that game alone, the Cornell Sacred Heart game, dropped us from 15th to 18th in the pairwise, and we didn't even play the game.
Yeah.
That's why non-conference games matter in the conference. Like, you want Atlantic Hockey to win.
It's like, yeah, you can win every Atlantic Hockey game you have, but if all the other Atlantic Hockey Conference teams lose out of conference, it makes
you'll still be 30th in the pairwise.
Your team will suffer because all it shows is you're just beating teams that are getting crushed by everybody else.
It's all about who your opponents have played and beat.
Yep.
So, just for people who didn't know why I say Atlantic Hockey needs to start winning non-conference games. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
On Friday, Army went to Canisius. Um, this game made for a pretty interesting graphic that was posted on Twitter. Griffins win 2-2.
Yes, I did see
Good
that.
God, that was so stupid.
Of course, the game went down officially as a 2-2 tie, but Canisius was claiming the win with the shootout win 2-0. Um,
I mean,
more,
technically it's a win, but
No, but putting you
it's a
one
tie.
2-2 doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
and
Serves Canisius
actually,
right.
Nate, it's technically a tie.
Dan, shut up.
No.
Dan, shut
Um,
up.
I don't like your technicalities.
More non-conference losses. Thank
Brown.
you, Holy Cross.
Brown. Seriously?
3-0. They shut him out.
Oh, it's pathetic.
To be fair, Brown did beat Providence the next night, though, in the Mayor's Cup, and that was a big upset. So
Yeah.
I'll give Brown a little bit more credit, but they're usually not that good, so that's why it makes me so mad.
Normally, I would say that Nate would celebrate this non-conference win, but considering the team that got the win, I'm not so sure.
No, it saved our butts in the pairwise this week. So
Niagara hosted Colgate and beat him 3-2.
Stupid Niagara.
Niagara's good. I'll say it. They're good.
I refuse to believe it
Which
until I
means
see them
Omaha's
play in
not
person.
that bad.
Yeah, which means Omaha's not that bad.
Timeout. Omaha took it to Denver this past weekend. Let's
They
not
beat
forget
Denver.
that. Not beat them. They shut them out.
And then lost the next night.
Yeah, they got destroyed. But still, they shut out the number one team in the country.
Niagara
old-
is good.
Our old friend Jake Kocharski from AIC was the goaltender for Omaha. Beat the number one team in the country. That was pretty good.
Good for him.
I would hate to be the number one team right now because they just like to lose.
Yeah.
Although Denver's still number one, which makes no sense to me.
No, they should have dropped hard.
Well, it didn't help that
Number one
Minnesota
team.
lost too.
Yeah.
Number one team's losing also extended to men's basketball this week, and I'm going to stop there because this is a hockey podcast.
Shooty hoop.
Anyways, keep going, Dan.
Got him.
As Nate mentioned earlier, maybe it was JJ, I don't remember or care. Bentley beat Sacred Heart 3-1 on Friday.
Thank you.
We won our game 5-3. Mercyhurst hosted Air Force and beat them 5-3.
That's hopeful.
On Saturday, Army made sure they got 4 out of the 6 points from Canisius. They beat them 3-1. Sacred Heart earned the split with a 6-3 victory over Bentley. Maine beat AIC 5-1. AIC is not that good this year.
They're bad, and it makes me very happy because I don't like Eric Lang. So seeing his teams lose and be miserable brings a smile to my face.
But JJ, what did I just say?
Okay, I understand that, but seeing Eric Lang lose and be a little whiner baby about it just makes me happy. All the other teams, please try and win. AIC, I could care less.
Niagara finished the sweep of Colgate in overtime, 3-2. Mercyhurst flew past the Falcons as the athletic communications department at Mercyhurst chose to title their recap.
Vomit. I would puke if Tim did that.
Tim won't. Tim's smart enough to not do that.
Do you understand how many puns Tim puts in his previews?
Yes,
Do you
I
ever
read
read
them.
He puts a bunch in there. They're pretty good sometimes.
That one's bad.
that one was not good, but
They did jump them in the standings. So. No, they were already ahead of them. Mercyhurst has brought themselves up all the way to 5th in the last couple weeks. I'm kind of glad we don't play them for a little bit, because if we played them now, they're hot.
Yeah, they are.
They're starting to figure it out, which is not good.
We're not gonna. We already talked about the next score on the list.
Yep, let's just ignore that one.
Yep. Don't even say it.
And
out
of their 3 games they played last week, Holy Cross actually won one. They beat New Hampshire.
The University of
3-2.
No Hardware. Sorry, I love calling UNH that. Ever since I heard it, I'm like, oh, it's
beautiful. It took me a
beautiful.
second to process what that even meant.
The University of New Hampshire hasn't won squat in their existence.
Oh my god. That's great.
Hockey East championships, national championships,
Games in general,
They're 0-1 against us.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So looking ahead the next weekend, we have got an interesting.
We've got a whole week of Atlantic hockey to look to first.
Oh God, you're right. This is what I get for missing a week. Go ahead, Dan.
It's just that we distract ourselves.
That honestly, yeah, that too.
Yeah, honestly, I was ready to go into Canisius. Dan,
Canisius.
Go through this
Quickly.
So this week, I don't even know what's going on.
The upcoming games, just say that.
Zoe, save us all, please. On Thursday, the college that does not have a rink of its own, AIC, will host Bentley, for a 7:05 game.
But the only one left.
Yeah.
Now
The
that
Sacred Hearts barn looks nice.
It's nice.
not nicer than ours, but it's nice.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's not nicer than ours. Don't even
on
argue with me
my
on that.
list for next year.
Yeah,
for sure.
we'll be going to that. Continue, Dan.
Niagara heads down to West Point for a series with Army Friday and Saturday. AIC finishes the home and home with a trip to Bentley on Friday night. RIT gets a home and home with Canisius that we'll talk about shortly. The RIT's home game is Friday, and then the road trip is Saturday. And Holy Cross heads out to Colorado to play Air Force Friday and Saturday. And because I don't know when we're going to record next week, I know I say that literally every week.
And it's usually on a Tuesday.
On Tuesday, December 6th.
Can't record next Tuesday. Sorry.
Oh no. Continue.
But continue.
On Tuesday, December 6th, Northeastern will head to Sacred Heart. Now I'm done, JJ.
So, looking ahead to our games Friday and Saturday, we are taking on Canisius because...
Rivalry week!
Oh, yes. I cannot wait for the Saturday game. I'm more excited
Let's
for
go!
that than I am the Friday game. Not gonna lie.
Throwdown.
Huh?
Throughway throwdown.
Oh, yeah. Well, how about sibling rivalry now? Because if anybody doesn't know, Mr. Nate's sister runs the C block over at Canisius University, so we'll get to deal with her and her cronies on Friday, and then they're...
Nah, stop. They're not good enough to be a university. It's Canisius College.
Good point. They are Canisius College. I'm sorry for giving them more credit than they deserve. So they've already informed us of what they're bringing, 50 people down? That's cute.
That's adorable.
For reference, we brought about 150 to Niagara, driving ourselves. They're bringing 50 in a bus their school paid for.
We brought 50 3.5 hours away to Union, and we all drove ourselves.
Yeah.
They get a free bus.
And they can only get 50 to go about an hour and a half to Rochester.
Not even.
Probably shorter than that.
You're forgetting the other, perhaps more important sibling rivalry going on here.
Yes.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, oh my God, yes.
We'll get to that. Friday, 7 o'clock, GPC. Last home game before the break. Show up and be ready.
Mm-hmm.
RIT Canisius is a battle every single time they get together.
These will not be close games.
These They haven't been to GPC with fans in the building.
So what, 3 years, hasn't it?
Since that Frozen 4 reunion game, which is still the best game the Policini Center has ever seen.
Oh, 100%.
Sorry, best period the Policini Center has ever seen. Those first 2 periods were garbage.
That last 8 minutes, just all day long.
That place was so loud.
Oh my god!
The only problem is RIT Canisius is never as chaotic as RIT Niagara is.
No, but RIT Niagara, Canisius is still fun. They've looked like they've started putting it together a little bit. Canisius. They started off the year kind of rocky, but now they've kind of started putting things together again. Obviously, against Army, they did drop a game, which that's kind of brutal for them because Army has not been good this year.
Army's starting to figure it out too.
Yeah,
they've been playing well recently. Yeah, I'm ready for this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
These are going to be big, massive games.
Saturday's going to be so much fun.
Yes, because we will be leaving Mercyhurst and then going about an hour and a half north to Buffalo to watch that game at the Harbor Center. So be ready because we're going to that. If you are going to be meeting us there, that's great.
Make sure you are there early. There is a Bandits game at KeyBank Center, so parking is going to be a nightmare.
Yep.
Do not try to park. Do not park at Harbor Center. It's going to be like $20.
You're going to have to park somewhere else and walk over, which is fine.
No, there's multiple options, but
I mean, every time we've gone, it's never been that big of an issue, so we'll be all right.
Hopefully, we get there early enough because the Bandits game's at 7:30, so that we avoid a lot of the traffic.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll get out in plenty of time.
Then there's also no Ariana Grande concert, thank the Lord. We all remember that nightmare of debacle in 2018.
Yeah, it'll still be a ton of people.
Yeah, but not like
Bandits
the Ariana Grande concert.
They draw a lot for Bandits.
No, I know that.
I was surprised.
But I'm saying it's not going to be
actually a pretty good team.
I'm saying it's not going to be
Sports
the utter
in Buffalo, Dan. Come on.
Big sports
They're also
town.
a pretty good team.
Pro sports in Buffalo, college sports, especially hockey, don't get squats.
As you will find out if you come, because I guarantee the C block will not have many people. They will probably
there'll be a good amount of people on a Friday.
I want to outnumber them. Anyways,
we need to outnumber the number they bring to GPC. That's what we need to do.
Which we very easily will on Friday. And as Dan was alluding to, there is another sibling rivalry this weekend because our own Tanner Andrews' brother Hunter Andrew plays for Canisius. He has already given us full permission to make fun of him as much as we want. Thank you, Tanner.
Like we needed permission.
And he is probably also going to give us some doofy pictures to use against him also, so even better. So this poor guy has no idea what's coming to him.
But, I mean, Canisius has a good hockey team. They've kind of had our number recently. So, last year was a tough weekend to go out there.
Yikes. Yeah.
That was
big. Yeah, we sadly didn't want to talk about. I'm not talking about those games.
No, because it's a new year, new season. Keaton Mastrodonato, don't know how this guy still has eligibility. He's still there. He's their leading scorer, 4 goals, 7 assists for 11
How long has he been around for? Like 6 years,
too
hasn't
long. There's no way he... Like, this is such crap that he has this much eligibility. I think it's ridiculous.
Probably about as long as that guy that was on Arizona State was around, too.
Oh, God, I remember him.
I don't remember his name.
Mastrodonato's a senior.
There's no shot.
So we could have another year of him.
Good Lord.
Ugh. That's
Jacob
when you know
is,
the
of
guy's
course,
good.
Jacob is, of course, still around.
Ah, yes, our good friend Jacob. Apparently he hates us.
Good.
Which I love, because that means we're in his head.
So we're going to show up and really make him mad on Saturday.
So last year at the end of the Saturday, Buzzer goes, he looks over at us and does the whole, arms up, and he gave us a little shh. So that's when you know we got to him and we were in his head. It means we did our job.
Oh, yeah.
But he shut us up pretty quick. So this weekend...
We're going to shut him up.
We're going to shut him up, and we're going to make his life miserable all weekend. Can't wait. I love playing Jacob.
So let's go and do our predictions now for the upcoming...
What a loser. Oh, my God.
Let's go to the predictions for the weekend, and then we'll wrap it up. So I will start with Dan, go to Nate, and end with me as always.
I have funny feeling about this weekend. So I'm gonna say we're gonna take 4 of 6.
I agree with you on that.
I'm saying 5.
Or no. I'm thinking
Going
5
5.
also. I'm thinking we'll beat them on Friday at home, and then I think the Saturday game will probably go to OT and we'll probably win in that. I think we'll still sweep them, but I don't think we're going to beat them in a regulation. We have just, for some reason, they just always have our number at the Harbor Center, which is weird.
Yeah, we can't win at Harbor Center.
But I think we're the better team, so we definitely could beat them.
We lost 6 straight games at Harbor Center.
Yeah, time to snap that.
Don't tell me that.
I've got the stats right in front of me.
Listen, the question is, do we bring the broom? Should we be correct and take Friday?
No.
I would love that.
No, because that's jinxing it.
No, it's a very good point. That's a very good point. Don't bring the broom.
Don't bring the broom. If we happen to find one while we're there,
we'll grab it.
We'll grab it.
Excuse me, can I just borrow this for a second?
I literally just need to borrow. I will give it back to you
in like 30 seconds. Yeah, I think these are going to be good games this weekend. And as we said, I'll get into this in a minute more with Discord, but there is a link in there for you to let us know if you are going to be driving or not, so you can drive other people, or if you want to ride to find one yourself. That being said,
JJ, I have a question for you.
Yes, Nate.
And do a little Butchie overtime challenge. Who gets the game winner for our ATM set?
Ooh.
I got a dark horse.
Part of me thinking it's going to be Carter because he was like the OT goal man last year, but I don't think it will be him. I think he'll be on the assist for it. I'm thinking it's going to be Hanson Bukata.
I'm going to go Tanner Andrew.
Ooh, okay.
Get in front of mom and dad. Shoving it to his little brother.
Also,
and I hope
shout out.
I hope he skates by the C block and just shh.
Shout out to Canisius for moving this game back to 7 o'clock.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my god!
Because now we can get even more people there.
That was so dumb.
So that being said, we are going to wrap it up now. If you have not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a comment. We do read all of them. Subscribe to the channel, obviously. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when a new episode does go live. Make sure you're also checking out Spotify. We do have episodes on there also. Subscribe to that. You'll get notifications for that when new episodes go live there. And Apple Podcasts. Because somebody, Dan Scully, whined enough to make us actually do it.
That's not even the reason that you guys did it.
No, I'm just messing with you because I want to single you out. Instagram.
You get a 10-minute misconduct.
Please listen on Apple Podcasts and get us higher than the 74th ranked hockey podcast.
Hey, I'll take we're 74th already. That's pretty good off the bat.
74. I want to be higher. I'm greedy. I want to be at least 50.
Also, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that fun stuff. We are on there. Discord link is in the Instagram bio. It's also going to be in the description of this video. Get in there. We are going to be posting all kinds of information about, the travels this weekend. On Saturday, going out to Mercyhurst at 2 o'clock, and then going up to Buffalo afterwards for the men's game. We need a unit out there. We need to make sure we have double the people that they bring to Rochester Friday for the C block and their house on Saturday.
Double.
You want to triple it?
I want quadruple.
All right, Nate, you're not getting 400 people there. That's not going to happen.
200. Do math.
Okay, I can take that.
I thought you went to RIT.
Okay, I'm not an engineering major anymore, so don't give me that. that's a Dan Scully question doing math. That's his thing.
Yeah, and I forgot that if you negate part of the equation, you have to negate the whole thing last weekend. So let's not.
That's a good point.
Have me do the math. Either.
Yes, because Dan can't count. That being said, thank you all for tuning in and watching this week's episode of the Hey Corner Crew podcast. We will see you again next week after our games. Have a great night, everybody. Go Tigers.
Roll Tide.